Alright guys, we're going to be taking a look at Silver and Ho-Oh. I did a video talking about Palkia and Cyrus and also going over them because with Xerneas and Professor Sycamore coming to the game with a grid, the very first Legendary Event Pokemon that come with the grid, it's huge because now we know in the future they are planning on giving Legendary Event Pokemon grids. So that's going to be a big deal, and of course with the Legendary Event Pokemon that we have in the game currently, they are good, but of course when they get their grid in the future, it's just going to make them even better. And some of the kits that these Legendary Event Pokemon have right now, like when they get their grid, they're going to be better than a lot of these summonable Sync pairs. So it's definitely exciting for sure. And one of these Legendary Event Pokemon that I feel definitely need a grid is going to be Silver and Ho-Oh, because like when we look at their stats, like when they first came out, a lot of us were like, oh yeah, they definitely look underwhelming. But then when you look at their passive, they have Charging Sun 6. So they are going to be getting like a 60% increase when they are in the sun. And that's not even including with the sun multiplier as well. So that's 60% on top of the sun boost as well. So they get a pretty big multiplier for sure. And that's also the reason why that their special attack stat is very low. But the moveset, they have Overheat, Solar Beam, and Sacred Fire. And then for the trading move, I'll show you. Raises the user's evasiveness and critical hit rate. And the stats are sharply raised when they're in the sun. So they're good for sure. Like they have a pretty solid moveset. I don't really like Overheat just because it does lower your special attack. But you can get a skill where you could have your stats not lowered or your special attack stat not lowered. Basically like Sceptile if you want to have that build. But I have Gritty on here just because I was just throwing lucky skills on a bunch of Pokemon just so I can complete the general mission. So I'll have a proper lucky skill for this guy in the future for sure. And then for his passive, he has Charging Sun 6, which we talked about, and then he has Speeding Sun 2, which is good. And then he has Solarize, so after he sync moves, he's gonna put up a Sun, so that's very good to have. And then for his sync move, there's no additional effects, but because of his passive, he does put up a Sun after his sync move, which is good. But yeah, this guy is not tanky at all either. 130 physical and special defense, like it's just 1 point extra, so 130, whatever. But they are a cool sync pair. I do really like them. When they get their grid, I could expect to see them have some kind of multiplier as well. Again, a little bit more of a multiplier, so like maybe they can have Critical Strike for Sacred Fire. And then of course we're gonna get like Move Gauge Refresh for Solar Beam, Move Gauge Refresh for Overheat or something, and then maybe we could have something where our stats cannot get lowered when we use Overheat in the grid. Maybe that could be a possibility. And then of course we're gonna get MP Refresh for his trainer move. So like there's different possibilities that they can, or different like outcomes for Silver and Ho-Oh's grid. But let's take them into the battle and see how they perform, because we do know that they are going to be getting a rerun. I mean, their rerun did come, I think, but I was lazy and I actually used their power-ups for to get 5-star power-ups for other Pokemon. So yeah, that was a big mess up on my part, but because now we know with Legendary Event Pokemon coming with grids now in the future, like is I messed up, but that's okay. But anyways, this is going to be the team that we're going to be rocking with. So let's just go right into the battle. And thank God for the egg event not having any more stamina, so we could just constantly do like showcases without having to worry about stamina when the egg event is here. So very happy with that. But let's go to ×2 speed. Oh man, my voice cracked a little bit there. Like oh, that's a little bit embarrassing. Don't mind me, guys, don't mind me. But yeah, let's just go with special attack increase there. And then we're gonna use Alakazam, get our special attack increase there as well. And then we can see how much Solar Beam can do on Graveler, so that's actually going to be good. And let's actually try to get our... Oh no, we can get our sick move off, no problem, because of Rotom, so that's good. So let's see how much Sacred Fire is going to do. And also, when you're frozen, Sacred Fire, you're going to be able to use that, and it will take away the frozen effect as well, which is very good, of course. But yeah, let's just skip this animation because it's just basic, so... Let's just heal up Alakazam, because why not? So Sacred Fire, not in the sun. This is gonna do how much? 255 without the sun, and then of course when Ho-Oh sync moves, we're gonna be the oh wow, okay, that's actually nice. I do like that. That's actually a very nice animation. I like that. So he was doing 255 with the crit, and then now in the sun it jumps up to 900. So it is a pretty noticeable increase. And is he maxed on the special attack? I think he is, yeah. Alright, so now let's go with Solar Beam. How much is this gonna do? 3,000. Nice. That's super effective. So that's actually that's actually good. That's actually good. And Solar Beam is a 131 base power move, but I do have him 2 out of 5. So of course we are going to be getting a little bit of an extra boost because of that 2 out of 5 increase on his sync move. So, but I do really like Silver. And after reading more, or after reading the Pokemon Adventures manga on Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it made me like Silver so much more now. And like when originally he came to the game, I was like, he's okay, he's cool. I guess I'll grind the event just because it's a free-to-play Pokemon, because why not? But after reading the Pokemon Adventures manga, like I've had the mangas for so long when I was little. But when I was little and I read them, like I didn't really understand much, but now reading them again, like I understand fully what's going on, because like when you read a story when you're little compared to like when you're older, like you take more of the story in and you understand a lot more, and like reading it now, it just makes me like Silver so much more, and he's actually such a cool character. But yeah, so let's go back into the battle, and let's just go strictly with Solar Beam. Well, actually, no. We'll do Solar Beam after we sync move. But we're gonna take out Graveler first, just because yeah, let's just sync move first, and then we'll do Solar Beam on the other Pokemon. So we'll just do random stuff right here with our MP refreshes and everything, just so we can get to our sync move. Because like without the sun, Solar Beam, it will be a 2-turn move. So like after you use it, you're gonna need to charge up, and then after you charge up, you could use it. But when you're in the sun, it's gonna be a 1-turn move, so you don't have to worry about charging up and anything and all. So like it is good. It's a lot better in that case. But still, like it's not bad. But I guess we can see how much it's gonna do when it's not super effective, and when he's not in the sun. Because we know he does get the attack power increase when he's not in the sun. So let's actually go against Graveler and use it, because we were super effective. Because when we were super effective and we were in the sun, we got that nice damage increase. So we were able to see like that big power that he was getting. So there we go. We charged up. Now let's attack. How much are we going to do? 1,200 damage. So it's not bad. I mean, it's okay. Like his special attack is like 204, 203, so it is very low. But now that we're in the sun, we could use it right away, and it's gonna do 3,000 damage. Like the power increase is definitely there, and not super effective on the side Pokemon. It's gonna do 1,500 damage. So like if you were to have like critical strike on him, or something else to power up your move even more, instead of 3,000 damage, like with Critical Strike 2, this guy could do like 3,500, maybe even a little bit closer to 4,000 damage on Solar Beam. So it's actually not bad. It's not bad at all. But yeah, the more I'm using Ho-Oh and Silver, and the more I'm reading about the more I'm reading on the Pokemon Adventures manga with Silver, like it's like I just appreciate this Synchro a lot more now. And I'm just looking more forward to for their grit to come in the future. But let's just go back into the battle very quickly again, and let's see Overheat. Now we're only going to be able to see Overheat like one time, because I want to see it when we're at the max potential, because after we use it one time, we're going to be getting our special attack lowered. So we could use it a couple of times and see how much of it of our attack is going to get lowered after we use it for the first time, like from the first time to the second time. And then we could just finish off the battle in that way. But yeah, like overall, like when they're in the sun, they definitely get that big damage increase. Because it's like 60%, and then when you're using a fire type attack, like you're doing even more damage like that as well. Like they are good. Like the multipliers that they have are good. And then when they're in the sun, I mean, with their grid, like with potential more multipliers that they could have, like they have the potential to be very, very good, just like Palkia, because Palkia has critical strike 9 built into his passive, so just that alone is like insane. But yeah, let's just sync move, because I want to see how Overheat is going to do, like at the max potential. So but yeah, I don't expect it to be that great. I mean, it is a 142 base power move, but like you lower your special attack, so it's gonna be a little bit annoying for sure. But yeah, let's just heal up Alakazam. All right, so now let's go for Solar Beam, or Overheat. Sorry. So our first Overheat is gonna do how much? 2,300 damage. So that's not bad. Of course, if we were super effective, that would easily be doing like just about 4,000 damage, and then with critical strike, like he can hit hard, but his damage potential really comes in at like when he has the sun active. So definitely cool. And I do like, the more I'm using them, like I said, and the more I'm reading about the Pokemon Adventures manga again, I'm appreciating the sync pair a lot more now. But I cannot wait for their grid to come in the future. And during that battle, like we saw at the end, it wasn't that much of a lower attack number, but it like you get like it was like a 200 damage decrease, so it's not too much. But in the like for their what is it, lucky skill, for their lucky skill, you could have something in there like they're like for the lucky skill where you don't where your special attack cannot get lowered, just like what most builds or what most people have for Sceptile. And I'm stuttering a lot. I cannot talk. Jeez, I'm sorry. But yeah, like you could have a build like what most people do with Sceptile with Leaf Storm. So like you can't have your special attack lower, so you could have it like that as well. And then Overheat is just going to be so good. And then you could do a lot of damage that way as well. And then if you ever do get frozen, then you could just go to Sacred Fire and unfreeze yourself. So it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, Ho-Oh is definitely still pretty solid. But of course, when he gets his grid in the future, he is going to be much, much better. Just like with any of these Legendary Event Pokemon, when they get their grids in the future, they're going to be much, much better. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think of Ho-Oh and Silver. Honestly, they're still pretty solid till this day. But of course, in the future, like with all these other Legendary Event Pokemon, they're going to get much better and more usable when they get their grid, because of the MP refreshes and move gauge refreshes and everything, and other multipliers that they can potentially have as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.